Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so as you can see, I already have my eyebrows on and my eyelids primed. I use my Tarte Shape Tape to both clean and conceal. Today we are going to use the Take Me Back to Brazil from BH Cosmetics. So, yeah. First we are going in with the yellow shade in this palette, and we're going to use it as our transition shade with the fluffy blending brush. So you're just gonna, I don't set my eyelids because I found that more pigment shows and it blends much better. Okay, please, if you see the dry spots on my eyelid, please excuse that. I have really bad eczema and my allergies are acting up right now, so therefore my eczema acts up. Okay, so anyway, you're gonna continue to blend, and you're gonna use this yellow eyeshadow as your transition shade. So you're gonna apply very little at a time because you don't want to start off with too much, especially if you're not setting your eyelid. So you're just gonna keep blending. I like to blend kind of in circular motions just because I feel like it blends better, especially when you're not setting your eyelid before, like setting your concealer with powder before. So you're just gonna do that and continue adding the yellow shade until you're satisfied of how it looks. So I'm just dragging that out because we are doing a cut crease. Now we will be going in with the orange shade in the palette with a smaller little blending brush. This is the eye crease brush from e.l.f. So now I'm just gonna take that orange shade and basically do the same exact thing, but place that color a little bit lower. And then you're gonna go back in with that first fluffy brush and the yellow shade, very little of the yellow shade, and then you're gonna just blend the two together. So that way there is no harsh lines between the two. And continue to blend until you're satisfied on how it looks. Try to have a really light hand when you're blending, because if you blend too roughly, then the color will just come off. And that is not what we want. We want it to be a really fun, colorful look. So just make sure you're blending with a light hand. Now that that is all blended, I'm going to go into the next shade. For the next shade, I'm just using this small little detailed brush, using it to really focus the next color into my crease. Next, I'm going into this hot pink, like this really hot pink eyeshadow, and I'm just doing the same exact thing that I did for the other colors, and really just applying that color into there. And now I'm just gonna kind of like flick it out so that way I can start knowing where I want to actually cut the crease and clean it up. Now I'm going back in with that orange shadow brush, that we used. And now I'm just gonna blend that together very slightly. Going back in with that yellow and blending it all together. Now I'm just going to take this little flat brush from BH Cosmetics. It looks like this. I really like this brush to cut my concealer and clean my eyebrows. And I'm also will be taking the Tarte Shape Tape concealer to cut and clean To do a cut crease, it's kind of hard to explain it. So I guess just watch. I mean, I'm gonna try to explain, but it's kind of hard. So I just like to place the concealer and try to follow the actual outline of my lid. And I also like to look down while doing this. So I like to look up every once in a while, so that way, like, if I'm not following my crease correctly, then the concealer will get to where the crease actually is. And just continue to cut it. And I like to, this is kind of more of the difficult part on where I want it to be. So I kind of just like to stamp while I'm cutting my crease. And I just kind of like to wing it out. Doing a cut crease takes a lot of patience. So now I'm just gonna drag the rest of this concealer downward, and there we go, you cut the crease. Now that we have our cut crease, we are just gonna do the halo part of this eye look. For this part, we're gonna use the same exact shades that we used in the crease, except we're just gonna do a halo eye with it. So now I'm just taking that light pink shade on this little eye crease brush. It's now I'm just taking that like really hot pink eyeshadow, and I'm just applying that. Actually, I'm gonna apply it with a different brush. I'm gonna apply it with this brush. This is the 103 brush from BH Cosmetics. It's really nice for packing colors on. So I'm just taking the pink shade and just applying it with that instead. And so I'm just gonna wing this out. You can use tape if you'd like to make sure like it's sharp. I'm just gonna conceal it later, so it's fine. And you're also gonna apply that in the inner corner. So it should look something like this. Obviously it's gonna be blended, so you're just gonna keep applying until you're satisfied on how it looks. I like to do this while the concealer is still semi-wet, just because it just grabs onto the powder better. See, so now it's just gonna look something like this. Now I'm gonna take that same crease brush that we used for the orange shade from e.l.f. and take the orange shade and kind of blend it towards the middle. Like this. And I'm just gonna slowly start adding that orange to the center of the eye, but I don't want it to be too intense. Now I'm just gonna take another one of these e.l.f. brushes, but just a clean one, and I'm taking that yellow shade that we used earlier and putting that right in the middle. So it looks something like this. You're just gonna continue working on blending with it. So once you're satisfied with how it looks, then you just apply lashes and you're basically done. Okay, I went ahead and did the other eye off camera, and now I'm just gonna do the glitter liner to separate the cut crease and the halo eye look. I'm just taking the Heavy Metals glitter eyeliner from Urban Decay, and I'm just gonna put that right where the two different looks meet. This is gonna be hard to show. So wherever you cut your crease is where you're adding the glitter. Look how like nice that looks. You can see the separation between the two now. I'm so sorry if I'm using the mirror that the palette has just because it's big and convenient. So that's the neighbor's dog, so excuse them. So I'm just gonna wing it out like that. And I know this looks a little messy right now, but I'm going to go in with concealer and clean that up. So it's okay. Okay, so I put the lashes and my mascara on, and I also cleaned it up, if you can see, with the concealer. And I put some moisturizer on, so that way I stay moisturized throughout the day. Now I'm just taking my Smashbox primer. This is the Radiance one, so that way I can have like a glowy and dewy look. Just taking some of that one and some of my Porefessional, the new Porefessional Pearl Primer. Just so that way it can also, like, this is the dewy one. It's not the matte one. It doesn't have the matte finish to it. I'm just going to go ahead and take my LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation. Looks like this in the shade Fair. Alright, now I'm just taking my LA Girl. Oh no, not LA Girl, L'Oreal. Right. So now that that is applied, I'm gonna take my body sponge from, what is it? Real Techniques. Now I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair Beige. A little bit of this concealer goes a long way. Literally, I've only dipped in once, and I was taking it out. I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and in the shade, I believe, medium. It's in the shade medium, and I'm just putting that right underneath this concealer, just so that way the two blend together better. So now I'm just gonna blend my concealer out. Now that my concealer is all blended, I'm going to take my Airspun powder in the shade Naturally Neutral, and I'm just going to use this to set my concealer. So I'm just taking the flat side of my beauty blender. Now you're just going to go ahead and set your concealer. Taking my big fluffy brush from Morphe. It's a MB1 brush, looks like this, and I'm just taking the powder and dusting it all over my face, just to set my whole entire face before doing a powder contour. Now I'm taking my Park Avenue Princess contour kit from Tarte. Looks like that. Now I'm taking my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. I can't, oh my gosh. Alright, so now I'm just taking my MAC Frankly Scarlet Blush with this stippled brush. I'm taking some more of my Airspun powder, and I'm just going to use that to cut the contour and clean it up. Using very little of it, just halfway. Okay, so now I'm just taking this the flat brush that I used earlier to apply the pink shade from BH Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna smudge out my lower lash line. Now I'm taking my flat brush from Inkle Tools. I'm just wetting it with my Urban Decay setting spray. I sprayed my dog, I'm so sorry. Now I'm just taking my Ofra highlight in the shade Rodeo Drive. So yeah, I'm just taking some of that and I'm using it to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. So I didn't realize that my camera stopped recording. It just kind of stopped. So all I did was basically wipe off the powder that was helping me cut the contour and clean it up. And then I put mascara on my bottom lashes. Now I'm just going to take my Urban Decay All-Nighter setting spray. And I'm going to spray it all over my face, and then I'm going to apply my highlight. I'm just taking my Morphe M510 brush. It's a highlighting brush, and my Anastasia Amerezy highlight, and I'm just going to apply that where I want to be glowing. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my Maybelline Moisture Whip lip liner in the shade Caramel. It just looks like that. And I'm just gonna line my lips with this. Now I will be taking my Dose of Colors lip gloss in the shade On Repeat. And that is it for this makeup look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm sorry about any background noise that you have heard, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe.